With the presidential elections in India just around the corner, we at Hello English decided to delve deeper in the entire election process. For this year, the top candidates are the NDA candidate Ramnath Kovind and the UPA candidate Miss Meera Kumar. But first, do you know who is eligible to become the President of India? First, the candidate should be a citizen of India. He or she should at least be 35 years old and should be qualified for elections as a member of Lok Sabha. He or she should also be registered as an elector in India. And last but not the least, the candidate should not hold any office of profit, meaning he or she should not be drawing any income at all. By that logic, the current president is also in fact eligible to become the president yet another time. Now, let's understand how the election takes place. The candidate's nomination form needs to be subscribed by at least 50 electors as proposers and 50 other electors as seconders. What does that mean? Proposers are those people who propose the name of the candidate, and seconders are those who give their support to that name. The President of India is elected by an electoral college. The electoral college is a group of distinguished individuals which includes the elected members of the parliament and the elected members of the legislative assemblies of the states and union territories of India. So the president is elected by MPs and MLAs who in turn are elected by the people of India. Hence, the people of India indirectly determine who gets to be the president. Therefore, the term indirect elections. However, not all members have the same weight when it comes to voting. The value or the weight attached to the votes of MPs and MLAs are different. Let's understand how. Each MP's vote contributes 708 points to the pool. But the value of each MLA's vote depends on the size of the state he or she represents. The votes of MLAs from more populous states are of greater value than those from less populous states. That's because of the second guiding principle. The value of each MLA's vote should be proportional to the number of citizens he or she represents. These values of votes are calculated both on the basis of the population as well as the number of MLA seats in that state. In total, there are 4,120 MLAs and 776 MPs, which add up to 4,896 electors in the Electoral College. Each voter gives his or her preference to each candidate through a voting process called polling. Let's see how this polling process is carried out. The voting is done by means of a secret ballot. What does that mean? It means that each voter casts his or her vote secretly in a ballot box and does not reveal his or her vote to anybody else. For 2017, interestingly, the Election Commission directed that the ballot papers should be printed in two vibrant colors: green ballot papers to be used by MPs and the pink ones to be used by MLAs. This is what a sample ballot paper looks like. Every voter gives his or her preference for each candidate in the fray. For example, for candidate A, this voter's preference is number 4. For candidate B, his preference is 2, and candidate C is his most preferred with preference 1. The voting process itself is a several round process. After every round, the least preferred candidate is eliminated and his or her votes are redistributed among the remaining candidates. This is done several times till a clear final winner emerges out. At the end, the winning candidate should get 50% of the first preference votes plus one more vote to be declared as the clear winner. For example, if there are 3 candidates in the fray, A, B and C, and there are just 10 valid votes in the Electoral College, the winner in this case will require 6 votes or 10 upon 2 plus 1 votes to be declared as the president. Let's take a case and understand how this will work. Say A gets 6 votes as the first preference, B gets 3 votes as the first preference, and C gets just one vote as the first preference. In this scenario, A will be declared as the clear winner because of getting at least 6 votes. Let's take another case in which A just gets 5 votes as the first preference, B gets 3 votes, and C just gets 2 votes as his first preference. In this case, candidate C will be eliminated because of being the least preferred candidate. Because candidate A failed to receive at least 50% of the seats, here the process will continue to the next round. What will happen is that all of the voters, in this case 2 voters, who opted for C as the first preference, their votes will get added to the total first preference votes of the remaining 2 candidates. If A clears the quota now at this stage, which in this case he does, then he or she will become the president. If not, the process will be repeated until one clear candidate emerges as the winner by getting the required quota of votes. Alright, I'm sure you all know that the elections of the president are conducted in the Parliament House in New Delhi, and once elected, the President of India will hold office for a term of 5 years from the date of assuming office. Now let's take a quick review at what all we learned today. First, the eligibility of the president requires him or her to be at least 35 years of age, to be an Indian citizen, and be eligible to become an MP. Also, that person should not be holding any office of profit. The Electoral College consists of the MPs and MLAs who can cast the vote and indirectly determine the president. The polling itself is a several round process which requires the voters to give preference for all the candidates in the fray. And the final winner requires at least 50% of the preferential votes plus 1 extra vote to be declared as the President of India. Hope you learned something new today. For more such interesting videos and more, download the Hello English app and join 30 million other learners in learning for free.